everyone, welcome back to my Sonic Kitchen, and this time we will look at one of the most important things in music production, which is file management and backups. I know this is not the most exciting and creative thing to do, but it's super important to get right from the start, as it makes your life easier and therefore improves your creativity. Also, especially if you work with other people, it's important to come up with a good structure so that nothing gets lost and you can always find your music right away. I try to keep my computer hard drive as empty as possible, so I only have my current projects that I'm working on and all the applications and programs. I have different hard drives for different things, so I use an SSD hard drive for all my video work because video really takes a lot of space. I have a little drive for when I'm on the road and I'm working with other people, and I use this drive also for my samples, so this is connected to my computer when I'm working on my project and I keep all the samples on there. And for my main backups, I have this big drive. I really like those. I use them really for many years. I have even ones that are 10 years old and they still work. So it's really important when you work with backups to have also different locations. This can be a different location than your own house or your own studio, or you can make use of a cloud space or even both. I'll show you now how I save all my work and what kind of structure I use, and maybe this is also really helpful for you. This is an example of a folder structure that I use actually on all my hard drives, and you can see that I start by year. So you see here Andrea collaborations. So this is then all the projects that I work with other people on. So here you see my own productions. I like to work in genres because I produce different genres of music. If you don't like to work in genres, you could also decide to work in months of the year. So then you say January, February, March, or April, and you save all your work per month. We will look now at the first one. Here I have the genre ambient, and when I'm making an ambient song, I save it like this. I start with the year, the month and the date of the song, and the song title. So if I don't have a song title yet, I can say, okay, song number 1. So now we go in this folder, and here you can see I have a folder that is called Ableton. So when I use Ableton for my song, everything what I do in there will be saved in the Ableton folder. Here's a folder called Final Versions, and here I put all the final bounces of my song. So the instrumental version, the main version, and if I have a radio version, I also put it in there. This one is for all the multi-tracks of my work, so that I can send this out to other people when needed. Here's a folder with Pro Tools mastering, so Pro Tools is a different DAW, so everything what I do in there, it will be saved in this folder. So here you see the folder with stems. Stems are groups of tracks, so that can be your drum group, that can be your backing vocal group. I bounce them always out and I have them in here. So let's look now at Ableton. Here you see how I save it as an Ableton project, and I start with the number, my name, and then the title of the song, then the key that the song is in, and the BPM. When I go in this, you see again several subfolders. So when I work in my project and after an hour I think, okay, now I did a lot of changes, I start to save it on a 0.2. By the end of the project, I will have here a whole list of saved projects. I only keep the one visible that I really need. The other ones go here in a folder that is called XX Old XX. And when I bounce my song, I also have a bounces folder. So the other thing that is really important is that you have a sample folder in there. Actually, with every DAW, you need to save it with your samples. So let's look in Ableton how you do that. So when you go to your project and you only say save live set as, you will not save your samples. So by the end of the day, when your music is recorded and you have all your samples in there, also say collect all and save. And you click all of these on and you say okay. The thing what happens is that it creates this sample folder, and then you can find all the music samples in here. Now we will look at synchronization software. And I use this program for that, and this is called Free File Sync. This is open source and donation based. I will put a link in the description so you can check it out. I used this really for a very long time and I never had a problem with it. So here on the left side you see your source side, and here on the right side is then where your drive is. So it is important that you use the same titles for both sides. So here you can see an example. I have here on the left side my music productions folder, and this is also called the same on this backup drive. You see here how you can compare. So I can compare by file time and size. I also can do file content or file size. So when I click on here, it sees now everything that needs to be updated. And then I can click on synchronize, and everything what is here will be updated on my backup drive. You have also different types of synchronization. So you have a two-way synchronization. You can mirror exactly what you have on the left side, that the right side gets exactly the same. You can make your own custom synchronizations, or you can update. So I use the update one because I never want to change my backup. Everything what is on my backup drive always needs to be there. I only want to update to the drive. So this way I really keep my files safe. You can add another drive, and then you can synchronize at the same time on several hard drives. As you can see, there's quite a lot to tell about file management and backing up your work. As soon as you start doing this for yourself all the time, you will see that you will create a habit of it, and that your files will be less messy and you have more time to be creative. I'm curious what kind of structure you use, or if you have other helpful tips of software you can recommend to our community. I'm happy to hear from you, and I see you next time.